Following comments by a South African minister to the effect that compensation will not be paid to those Nigerians whose properties were looted, shop burnt, and even life taken, but the government of Nigeria reciprocate by appropriating the profit accruing from South African shares in all South African companies in Nigeria, including their banks, IBCT, that the money be seized and used to pay Nigerians. Taking into account that this decision to give Nigerians June 30th as deadline was taken by a mob and respected by the government of South Africa. So we can't allow our people to go, we take taxpayers' money to pay compensation when South African investment and profit is being taken away. I urge that the profit be appropriated and use it to settle those who have been brutally destroyed, business burnt, life lost.
Thank you.
It does not require any further investigation because the facts are self-evident.
Thank you very much.
A month ago, at this Senate, under your leadership, we took a decision that the issue be investigated by Foreign Affairs. You even suggested, your leadership, that we should send people to South Africa. So it doesn't mean that our decision must coincide with your opinion, with profound respect.
Okay, what we do,
You want
we
us
tell
to
the
be careful
committee
until the people are killed.
Senator Oshiomhole,
When
the
one man
committee
monopolize madness, there can be no peace.
Well, Oshiomhole made these comments on the floor of the Senate during plenary on Tuesday, and the proposal resonated deeply with millions of Nigerians watching from home because it spoke to something raw and real, the feeling that Nigeria's citizens have been humiliated, killed, and their businesses destroyed, while South African companies continue to extract billions in profits from Nigerian consumers every single day. But here is where the story gets interesting. The Senate leadership asked Oshiomhole to withdraw his proposal, but Oshiomhole insisted that his position be reflected in the Senate's records. The Senate instead adopted a motion condemning the attacks and mandated its committees on foreign affairs and diaspora affairs to report back within 2 legislative weeks. Now, 2 weeks is a long time in a crisis when the xenophobic attacks have already happened. The question is, how many more attacks and deaths must happen before Nigeria decides that diplomacy alone is no longer enough? Well, good morning, Dr. Abati, over there in Abuja. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Ojinika. Good morning.
Very good to have you join us from Abuja. Good morning, Rufai, and of course, good morning, Ayo, in the studio. I mean, it's not the first time we're hearing Adam Oshiomhole speak in such a fiery tone, condemning, and this time around asking that the money that they extract or they take from South African businesses be used to pay for, Nigerians that have lost property over these xenophobic attacks. And following Oshiomhole's bold proposal, Bauchi Central Senator Abdul Ningi went even further on the floor of the Senate, calling on President Tinubu to immediately sever all diplomatic relations with South Africa, warning that Nigerians continue to die while their government responds with nothing but condemnation and declaring that silence is no longer an option. Let's take a look.
Nigerians have been killed left, right, and center. And there has never been any action except to condemn these things by mouth. Don't Nigerians deserve to live in other countries, even if they are armed robbers, even if they are criminals? Are they supposed to be killed in that kind of manner? And that's why countries like United States of America is different, and that's why you could see the connection between United States citizens and their country. Here we don't care, it doesn't matter. Yet the cornerstone of Nigerian foreign policy is Africa, but that has to change. We must show Nigerians in diaspora that we care. We must show that we care, that we have a government that can protect them. Simplicity, Mr. President, talking lamenting is not going to take us anywhere. There has to be an action. And actually, let's sever diplomatic relationship with South Africa. Let's sever relationship with South Africa. So if we do that, we are sending a signal.
Well, Ningi's demand is blunt. Cut ties with South Africa completely to send a message that words without action are meaningless. But like Oshiomole's proposal, the Senate leadership asked Ningi to step down his motion pending the outcome of the Foreign Affairs Committee investigation, with Deputy Senate President Badari Jibrin urging restraint, saying Nigeria leads. Now, over to you, Dr. Abati. Now, the Deputy Senate President is saying Nigeria leads Africa, and that we need to lead by example, by getting our facts first. But Nigerians are asking, after years of attacks, evacuations, and condemnations, what facts are still missing?
Well, the position of Senator Abdul Ningi and also Senator Adams Oshiomhole is understandable, considering the fact that many Nigerians have reached the conclusion that the response by the minister in the presidency of South Africa was provocative, was insensitive, and did not show good faith. And it's again understandable if you look at what is happening in Ghana, where we were told that the president of South Africa, from the South African account, is supposed to go for a third session of the South Africa Binational Commission in August. And now the Ghanaian authorities have said, well, he shouldn't bother to come at this time. But it is to be noted that the Ghanaians are not saying they will sever diplomatic relations with South Africa. They're saying that they are two friendly countries and that they will find ways to sort out the situation. And I think that that is where, the leadership of the National Assembly of Nigeria, the Senate of the Federal Republic, is coming from. Now, apart from that background, we should note that Nigeria and South Africa have had a very long relationship. We even have a South Africa-Nigeria Binational Commission. We trade with each other. We collaborate not just in trade, but also in security and other areas. I don't think that the baby should be thrown away with the bathwater just because of a momentary glitch that has occurred. Second, we should not resort to self-help. There's something that is called due process, even in international relations. One option that is available to the Nigerian government is to summon the South African High Commissioner to Nigeria and demand explanations within diplomatic channels. The second is what we suggested yesterday, that where a proper dispute has been established, the Nigerian government can approach the International Court of Justice and put its grievances on the table. The third point, I go back to what Senator Oshiomhole was saying. He was saying, profits from South African companies operating in Nigeria should be seized and used to pay compensation. Well, that would be self-help, because you could run into legal issues. You could complicate the situation further. There are about 120 South African companies operating in Nigeria. Those companies are legal entities, and it's not just South Africans working in those companies. Those companies are registered under the law in Nigeria. Nigerians are working there. Nigerians are also major shareholders in many of those companies. Take, for example, MTN. Carl Toriola, the chief of MTN Nigeria, was on Global Business Update. And he was saying that, look, this is a Nigerian company. The same goes for MultiChoice Nigeria. The same goes for Protea, that is managed by Marriott, and so many other companies like that. So if we take the approach of saying, we will just seize their profits, we may be creating further complications. I do not think that diplomacy will fail ultimately. The Nigerian authorities should still continue to explore the option of diplomacy, and we should look forward to a day when there will be improvement in the relations. But we all have every reason to be aggrieved, having been provoked by the insensitivity of that minister in the presidency of South Africa, which we may assume is the official response of the South African government, which falls short on all fronts.
I absolutely agree with you, Dr. Abati. Well, meanwhile, The diplomatic fallout is spreading across the continent. Ghana has postponed a planned state visit by South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, saying the current climate of xenophobic violence made it the wrong time, as a viral video of a South African mayor interrogating a Bangladeshi store owner about his business funding has gone viral. Let's take a look.
Where do you get money to buy the stock?
Cash and carry.
Cash and carry?
Yeah.
So which cash and carry?
The Springs.
In Springs?
Yeah.
So they create an account for you? They open an account?
Yeah.
How do you buy there?
No, just
Are you an Aslam seeker? You arrive here without money and everything else?
no, just I'm buying the cash.
Huh?
Cash. Buying
You buy cash?
Yeah.
Where do you get the cash?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. You came with money cash there from Bangladesh?
In Bangladesh for
Oh, you brought it
my
from...
brother. He has a brother. I have his
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
I take here then I pay there in Bangladesh. The money.
Oh, you pay back in Bangladesh. So the brothers from Bangladesh, they give you the money? I still don't get to understand how these guys, they get money to buy so much stock.
I mean, look at that, Rufai. All this adds, another alarming dimension to the xenophobic crisis. Meanwhile, a viral video from Mozambique is generating fierce reactions online, showing two South African women tourists being confronted and chased from a beach bar by local Mozambicans, shouting, "Go back to your country." In the video, which quickly turns into a screaming match, the women are questioned why they came to Mozambique in the first place. Let's take a look.
Why are you coming here in Mozambique?
Why were you there?
Where? I'm here in the country.
Here to
And you?
decide, we're here to visit.
To visit?
Unlike you. We're not here
Where?
to go to
Where?
We're here to visit.
Where's the beautiful country? That's why you like it. Where you coming?
We pay.
So why you chase us then? Why you chase us? You are stupid guys, you South African people. You are very stupid. Why don't go to your president? Why did you go to Cape Town? Why you come in Mozambique? Very stupid. People, we close with you people. We not help with you guys. We not help with you guys. We very close with South African people. I tell you guys.
All right, over to you. We're seeing the repercussions of the xenophobic attacks.
Audrey, please, I want to clarify some things because I see a lot of funny narrative going on. Please, for the love of mercy, I don't like it when people start to say that it is people that are living in shacks in South Africa that are Nigerians that are the ones being attacked. I don't like it when people say it is the Nigerians that are doing menial jobs or running small businesses that are being attacked. That, elite Nigerians are not being attacked. That's a very detrimental narrative. Human beings are human beings everywhere. And in the eyes of God, we are all the same. Be it the man that works high up there in the corporate ladder or the guy that runs a small spaza shop. That is derogatory. And I needed to clear that.
Victor that came here wasn't living in a shack.
You know, Ayo, you know why I'm clarifying this?
And that's why I'm just even giving that example that it's actually
because there's that narrative going on around, because that narrative have been pushed around. Also, that narrative was enunciated by the South African minister when she was saying they're not going to pay compensation. I mean, I just thought she was talking. They're going to pay when things start. They will pay. I mean, leave that one alone. I mean, it was not even fit to be a minister in the first place. It speaks volumes about the country. So, the next point I want to make is, I feel that that's Oshiomole's point. I don't support it, but I feel his point. I feel Ningi's point. I don't support it, but I feel his point. But if the other people are saying in the Senate, let cool heads prevail, which I've always advocated, I also want to say that the Nigerian government is not acting fast enough. So we've been talking about this thing for weeks now. What has the government done to make South Africa feel the heat? What have they done?
That's the question I
So, I mean, we are talking. It's just been talk. So what has happened? Okay, we've talked here. Oh, report them to the ICJ. We've talked here. We've talked in one breath. We are saying, oh, okay, let cool heads prevail. Diplomacy will work. What have the government done as we speak today? We have not seen any action. That's why people are feeling disgruntled. Even the people that want to come on reparation flight. I got a mail recently that saying that it's very difficult to get on the reparation flight list. And people have been attacked. So if the government is going to report them to the ICJ, we need to see action. At least we've seen with Ghana. It's not that Ghana is not friendly with South Africa, but they've said, see, we don't think it's in the best interest for your president to come at this point in time. That's a strong sign.
Very strong.
So what has our own government done? Okay, we've advised, call the ambassador in. Have we done that? So what have we done in all of? And that's, I think this is the question we should ask. Because, yeah, it's so easy for the Senate to say, okay, let's cool heads, don't take it as a motion, don't take it as a this, don't take it as a that. No, I disagree with what Oshiomhole has said, but I will never stifle them of their right to be able to say it. And why they are saying all of this is because the government has not done anything. So what has the government done in all of this now? Is it just to repatriate people?
Yeah. I think 2 weeks is way too long.
Yes, now.
It takes a few days. We've seen this happen since. It happened in 2019. And with, people that say hit them hard. They should just, I mean, really, I think they need to be taught a very good lesson. This is completely wrong.